Welcome back, Chiefs fans, to Over 50. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Do me a solid, help me out. Share the video. If you like the video, comment down below. And I'm going to go through all 4 AFC West team schedules, give you my thoughts and opinions on what games they will win and what games they will lose, and ultimately who I think will be the AFC West champ this year. But before I get started with that, just wanted to introduce this little nugget. The Raiders have the 3rd toughest schedule in the NFL. Chiefs have the 4th, Chargers have the 6th, and the Broncos have the 9th toughest. So 4 of the 10 toughest schedules in the NFL are all in one division. I think they should call the AFC West the AFC Best. But here we go. Kansas City starts off at Arizona. Patrick Mahomes is not going to let his old college coach get the better of him. Arizona loses this. KC's up 1-0. Chargers, the first Amazon Prime game of the season. Home teams usually do pretty good in those games. Kansas City wins that one. They're 2-0. And now we come to week 3. Week 3, Indianapolis Colts at the Colts. I think Kansas City gets this one. I think they're able to shut down the running game. And I just don't think Matt Ryan will have enough time with his players and his new teammates to have everything clicking on all cylinders. So 3-0 going into week 4 against Tom Brady. This is where the first loss happens. And now the Chiefs are 3-1. Week 5, Monday night game against the Raiders in Arrowhead. Kansas City gets that one. So now they're at 4-1. Week 6, Buffalo comes to town just like this past year. I think Buffalo gets the job done. Buffalo is the best team in the AFC until we see another team show that what they have on paper actually translates to the field and makes them better than Buffalo. So here I think Kansas City is 4-2. Week 7, they take San Francisco. They're 5-2, 5-2 going into the week 8 bye. Week 9, Tennessee, they get that one. They're 6-2. Beat the Jags 7-2. At the Chargers, now they go 7-3. Chargers are going to be a thorn in the Chiefs' side, and I think they win this game. So 7-3 going into week 12. The Rams coming to Arrowhead. I think Kansas City gets this one. It's not going to be easy, but I think they get it. So now you're looking at 8-3. Going into the Bengals, I think Mahomes is going to have something to prove here. So 8-3 becomes 9-3 because they'll beat the Bengals. Now this is a nasty road stretch that they're in. They go to the Broncos, at the Broncos, Sunday Night Football. I see them going to 8-4. It's hard to play up in that altitude, and I think Russell Wilson will have enough time to have, put his stamp on that offense. So they'll be able to get the job done. That puts us at 9-4. Coming into week 15 on the road with the Texans, that puts you 10-4. Week 16, 11-4. Week 17, Broncos come to Arrowhead. Now you're 12-4. And then week 18, as much as I would hate to say that the Chiefs last game of the regular season, they lose, and they lose it to, of all teams, the Raiders. But I think that could be kind of difficult because I could see that game being flexed and maybe flexed on the Sunday night NBC slot. I think that could be a tough game for the Chiefs. But so I got the Chiefs going 12-5. Not bad. If you look at what Vegas sports books, they have the Chiefs win total as 10.5. So if I was a betting person, I'd take the over on that because only one time in the last 10 years has Andy Reid and Andy Reid coached Chiefs team been under the mark that Vegas set. So you got the Chiefs at 12-5. So now let's look at the Chargers schedule. So week 1, home to the Raiders. I think they get that one. So I'm going to give that to the Chargers. Chargers are 1-0. They come at Kansas City. They become 1-1. I've already talked about why I think that's going to happen. I'm not going to rehash it. They beat the Jaguars, they're 2-1. They beat the Texans, they're 3-1. They're 3-1 going into week 5 against Cleveland. I went back and forth on this one. You know, I think they come out of this 4-1. I think they get Cleveland. Week 6, they beat Denver, they're 5-1. Week 7, they beat Seattle, they're 6-1. Coming into the week 8 bye week, 6-1. Week 9, they go 7-1. They beat the Falcons. Week 10 at the San Francisco 49ers. I think that they're going to get that one. So they're now 8-1. They beat Kansas City on their turf. They're 9-1. Now is where I think San Diego might have a little bit of trouble. So they're 9-1 coming into this game against Arizona. On the road, I think D-Hop will be back. I think Arizona gets this one. So now they're 9-2. They're at the Raiders. You know, the Raiders at the Raiders is not an easy place to play. So 9-2 now becomes 9-3. Slide on down a little bit. They go back home, but they got the Dolphins. The Dolphins were a decent team last year, and now they got Tyreek Hill. You know, so here they're gonna lose this one. So I'm gonna say they're 9-4. If my math is still right. Week 15 at the Titans, they get that one. They're 10-4. Week 16 against the Colts, I think they lose this one at the Colts. I think they go 10-5. You know, I think you know, Ryan will have an opportunity to get everybody gelled with him. 10-5. Week 17, the crosstown rival, the Rams. I've gone back and forth on this since it's their home, they're the home team. I think they're going to get this one. You know, so you know, 10-5 becomes 11-5, and then you have at the Denver Broncos, TBD. I think the Broncos aren't going to be a team that you just walk over this year. I think they will be last place in the division. But I think the Broncos get this one. You know, so you have had the Chiefs at 12-5. I think I see the Chargers coming in at 11-6. So moving on to the Broncos, and they have all of theirs right here, nice and neat and easy to see. So it won't be a lot of sliding around. So first game of the season, it's an away game against Seattle. I think Denver's going to get that one. I think Russell Wilson might have some insight on how to attack the Seattle defense. So Denver's 1-0. Home against Houston, they get that one. They're 2-0. Against San Francisco at home. This is where I don't know how sharp, you know, Denver could be. San Francisco was a pretty good team last year. So here's where I think the Broncos get their first loss, and now they're 2-1. They're away at Las Vegas, so now they're 2-2. Indianapolis at home. Again, the altitude. So they now go 3-2. They have LA, and they are away. You know, I just don't think Denver's going to be able to get that one. So, you know, 3-2, that becomes 3-3. They got New York. That makes them 4-3. Jacksonville, they're 5-3. Then you got the bye week, so they're 5-3 going into the bye week. Week 10, Tennessee away. I think they go 5-4. Like I said, Denver's not going to be a bad team, but they're not going to be a great team. They're just going to be a mediocre team. Home to the Raiders. I think they get that. So 5-4. Yeah, now becomes 6-4. Carolina away. I can see them winning that game. 7-4. Baltimore away. I think they're going to lose that one, so they'd be 7-5. Kansas City at home. I think I've already said this previously. I think Kansas City loses that one to them. So the Broncos are going to get that one. So 7-4. Or Right, where are we at? 8-4. So they're going to be 9-4 after Kansas City. Arizona at home. I think they get that one. So they'll be 10-4. Then they have Los Angeles away. I think they lose that one. They're 10-5. Kansas City away. They're 10-6. And Los Angeles at home. I just think, I just don't know how Denver's going to be able to handle all the teams from LA. I know they're at home, but it's going to be one of those divisional games. I'm going to give it to Los Angeles, and they'll have the Broncos have their 10 wins. And then looking at the Raiders schedule, at the Chargers, that's a loss. They're 0-1. They have the Cardinals coming in. The Cardinals are a decent team. I think the Cardinals could give them trouble. I think the Raiders are 0-2. Then they're at Tennessee. I could see them being 0-3. Week 4, though, Denver comes in. I think that's when they turn things over. So they get their first win. So they're 1-3. They're at the Chiefs. They're not going to win that one. So they're 1-4 coming out of week 5. Week 6, they got the bye week. Week 7. So let's see, they were 0-1, 0-2. I think they get Tennessee, so they're 1-2. They're going to lose the Broncos because, well, they have the Broncos at home, though. I got to really think about this. I haven't really analyzed this a lot. They're going to lose the Chargers. They'll lose the Cardinals. They're 0-2. Coming into week 3 at Tennessee. And if Derrick Henry is running good, I could see them losing that one. 0-3. Beat the Broncos at home, 1-3. Lose to the Chiefs, they're 1-4. 1-4, they beat the Texans, so they're 2-4. I think they can beat the Saints. They play well, so we'll give them that 3-4. They beat the Jaguars, are 4-4. They have the Colts coming into Las Vegas. I think it's what is it, Allegiant Stadium? That will be 4-4. They'll be 5-4. So they're on the win side. Broncos, week 11 at the Broncos. I think they lose that one, so they're 5-5. Week 12 at the Seahawks. I'm going to give them that one on the road. I think it's going to be tough, but I'll give it to them. 6-5. They have the Chargers coming in. Give them that one, 7-5. They're at the Rams. So it'll be 7-6. They have the Patriots coming in. I could see them losing that one. I could see the Patriots coming in and getting the job done. So I could see them 7-7. At Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not going to be Pittsburgh's nothing to really worry about right now. So we had them 7-7. We'll call them 7-8. Week 17, San Francisco 49ers come in 7-8. I'll give them 8-8. Week 18, Kansas City Chiefs come to town. There we go. 7-8. I think 8-8. I think we get the Chiefs, like I said previously, so they'd be 9-8. So, and that's what I think is going to happen. I hope I was able to keep my picks straight. Like I said, I was just doing this straight off the top of my head, didn't make a script or anything like that. But anyhow, I think Chiefs fans, we can definitely win this division. It's just we're not going to be able to give games away that we are supposed to win. So with that, Chiefs fans, stay safe, take care of yourselves. Summertime is almost here, and when Chiefs news comes out, I'll be able to get it to you a lot quicker because school will be out. So until next time, Chiefs fans, take care, and I'm out. Now I'm out.